How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Saturday night, we're here with 10Fifty. Yo, I'm finna hit up, bro, in a minute. 10Fifty produced this song with Bobby Raps and Hort Boy, if I remember correctly. I've been following bro on TikTok for quite some time. There he is. Let's go, y'all. Let's go. Give it up for 10Fifty, man. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Thanks for having me, man.
Yes, sir, of course, bro. Thank you for taking the time and talking with us today, bro.
Of course, bro.
So, you got a crazy catalog. Let's kick it. Let's start it immediately, bro. You got a crazy catalog to dream for, something that people really try to accomplish. But I want to get your whole story today. So, like, let's go from the way back, right? So, where you grow up? Where you raised? Where was you raised? Where you from?
I'm from Los Angeles. I grew up in Los Angeles. Me and the homies, we just be freestyling and shit. Like, wanted to rap. So I started, like, when I was in college, I just started making, like, I realized beats are expensive, bro. I was trying to rap. I would go to, like, to try to lease a beat or buy a beat. I'd be like, damn, what the fuck? Like, $350 for a beat? Like, hell no. So I started just making my own beats, and then I started to fuck with that more than being a rapper. I mean, I don't look like I could be a rapper. So, you know, I just started just staying with the beats and stuff. And then, yeah, man, that's kind of how it started happening.
Being a rapper, it's a different type of consistency that you gotta have. Like, you gotta always be out there, always trying to rely, always connect to people. A producer can kind of close in himself and build from there, you know, just build from there. So you started making beats to diss your homies, like to have your homies dissing each other?
No.
Okay.
You could just be freestyling, and they were like, yo, like, you're fire, like, your shit's hard, like, whatever. And it was like, you know, like, boom bap. Like, I'm a little older, so this was like 2013. So
like the TI beats, like those trap beats,
like Joey Badass type beats.
Oh, okay. Just straight up like, East Coast boom bap.
Yeah, like Jay Dilla type beats. And
okay. Yeah, that's
type beats too. Like Drake that was when like What a Time to Be Alive came out. When that happened, like everyone was just trying to rap on like Drake beats. But yeah, so I just started making beats for myself because I was like, oh, I'm gonna start rapping. Like whatever. I got a mic. I got like the shitty Scarlett, like $50 Scarlett solo.
Classic.
And then I just started making beats. I started to like that more because beats were just too expensive.
And you went from just a hobby to your first placement. Like, how did that happen? And who was it, if you remember?
Yeah, I remember one of my best friends, he signed Lil Got It to Alamo, my friend from high school, and he knew I was just trying to get my beats around. And he was like, bro, I just signed this kid from Atlanta. Like, he's going up. Like, not even going up. He wasn't doing shit back then. Like really, like nobody even knew Got It at the time. But like in Atlanta, he had some motion and shit. And then he was like, my friend was like, yo, he's got an older brother. Like Thug's about to sign him. Like, bro, they're gonna be huge. Like blah blah blah. So the first paid placement that I actually ever got was Superstar, Got It, and Gunna.
Oh shit!
It was like random shit. Like I had random songs that dropped on like SoundCloud and stuff. This is like 2018, but that was the first time like a label like paid me. And it was not a lot of money.
That's still something. You got your name out there for sure through Got It.
For sure.
Because like you was Got It producer. Like that's how we viewed you. And bro, we was in southern Italy. I'm not even kidding, bro. Quarantine just hit up. We used to break your beats down like kilos, bro. I swear to God, bro. Them mixings we used to watch. Because like them songs used to be mixed by Alex Toomey. Like so, it was so much going into those records that we used to try to break down and stuff. So yeah, that was a time for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, believe it or not, bro, like on some of the early Got It projects, like there was no like they'd be like, all right, we need the stems, and God would be like, I don't know what the fuck the stems are. Like, bro, they had to just like mix one tracks. Like even for the beats, like they were like, all right, the beats sound fine, we don't need the beat stems, like we need the vocal stems, and God It would just be like, what are stems? Like,
you will get the vocals with the delay. You will put the compressor on the delay and fuck it. Like.
Yeah. That's why like sometimes like every track sounded different. It wasn't a consistent mix on some of the early projects because like they didn't even have like the vocal stems or anything.
And like if from listeners on the other side of the planet, we would have never thought that. We would have thought it was some fucking genius, goddamn Mike Dean type situations in the studio. We got them knobs being twisted, bro. But that's still like it makes me think that like people try to polish a lot of stuff and they never get the vibe through, or like they never let people paint pictures or fall into a vibe through their music, which is like the key part, actually, like the key part for sure.
Mhm. Yeah, no, I mean, I know what you mean, but I mean, bro, that means a lot. It's still, those are good times, and I'm happy like the music connected with people like that for sure.
Absolutely. So your first placement came from just growing up in Los Angeles, knowing the right people and helping each other out type situation.
Yeah, like pretty much. Like I said, my friend who, we went to high school together, he's one of my best friends before we even knew we were gonna do music or anything like that. And yeah, he was just like send me beats, but it was a matter of believing in it too, bro, because he was asking other producers for beats. And I don't know, I feel like these days everyone's a little more open to just like work, like because of TikTok and whatever, like anything could blow up and everyone wants to be early. But in 2018, like I don't know, there was less of like a lot of producers were like, "No, I don't know who the fuck that is. I'm not sending you beats." You
I
know what I mean?
clearly
Like, or
remember
just
that,
like,
of course.
"Yeah, yeah, I got you," and like never sending the pack. And I was so hungry. I was working a 9 to 5, like I was working a job. And yeah, I was just sending literally like 10 beats every like 2 days. Like I was just sending them so many beats and
You mind
got it.
sharing what job you was working at the time?
I mean, yeah, it wasn't like a like horrible job. I was working for my dad. He works in like the movie industry, like he sells cameras and stuff. So I was just doing marketing, but still
That's cool.
like any
That's
job.
cool. No, that's cool.
It's
That's
cool,
cool.
but
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
any job, I didn't necessarily want to be there. I just wanted to be cooking up all day, and I had to be there.
Hustling. Yeah, that's experience though that you can like pour into other stuff that you do for
Mhm.
sure, for sure.
Yeah,
So you built through Got It. You had like this Atlanta sound unlock. Your Z08s always a hit. Was there like is there some sauce that you was sticking by or like a mantra you used to stick by while making these beats?
I never really like thought about anything like that. I always like the funny thing is I used Ableton. Like I
Oh,
never used FL once. Like I used FL, but like with other people and stuff. But on all those Got It beats, it was Ableton, and I don't know if maybe like there was something different with like how I was mixing or whatever. But yeah, no, I never like thought about it or did anything like specific, but definitely like I think in those days, like that was the peak of like the wheezy, sound and like the stuttered hi-hats and everything, just like very open. There were some beats, bro. Some of these songs had 7 tracks on them, like the beat. Like it's just like a melody or like if I made the melody like whatever, and then just like 808 hi-hat, open hat, clap. Like that's it. Like a couple things.
let the artist fall in the pocket, hella space. I clearly
Yeah.
remember those beats, bro. It was very hard to achieve the simplicity, like that's a great simplicity.
Yeah. Yeah, it's bro, like the biggest key for me when I started to actually realize how to like work with artists better was like I was like, "Oh, stop trying to impress other producers because if you just add too much and you do too much, like, you know, do all these 808 glides and shit. And there's a place for them in some songs, but
Absolutely.
sometimes you're just like, "Damn, like if I were to try to rap on this, like I could see why like it's too busy and like you can't even.
Yeah,
So,
you have to remember who's the beat for, who you making it
mhm,
for, of course.
mhm.
Um, you be happening to be collabing on these early beats with some people, or was all from scratch?
Like when on the first like early Got It album, it was really just like solo beats and like just working with some friends because like people didn't even know who I was or Got It was, and also like I didn't even know what like loops were or like samples. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I would just make the beats myself, or like the first that Superstar song was a guitar from Looper Man. I didn't really know like I didn't even know what splice was. Like I didn't, you know what I mean? Like no one was like sending me loops or anything. I didn't even know what that was.
It's a
So
whole
yeah.
goddamn pandemic of loops nowadays, bro. I'm telling you, you dodge that, you weave that shit, bro.
I maybe not fully, bro, because my emails just flooded all
Oh,
the
yeah.
time. And,
To this day,
uh, yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, but like I'd say even like last year, like 2021, 2020, like the COVID days, like when that piano like 4PF type like ESTG sound started to really go up, like that's all that was like my email was just all those loops. And that's all got it when I was still working really closely with him at that time. He just wanted like he kind of wanted the sound to shift a little darker, and like that's all he really wanted was like those piano, like you know what I mean, like 4PF kind of beats.
yo,
Um,
yo, I
so it's
can
funny,
imagine.
yeah.
I can imagine Got It being strict about what he asked. Hell no, man! Don't play that shit, man. Atlanta, what? Man, don't play that shit, man.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can.
No, I think it's like YSL had that distinct sound, and it was just about wanting to maybe be a little different. There was a time where like Gunna and Keed and Thug, like we're all just like and Got It, we're just getting on like very similar sounding beats in a good way. But if you listen to like any of those Gunna tapes and stuff, it's like that was like the vibe, and then Got It just kind of wanted to go a little darker with his sound.
It was a branding around the whole YSL label, both with the image, both with the in the music and stuff. It was received very, 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 very well. I don't think like it's one of those situations where since you got the cosign of the guy that like can stamp you, people don't assume you're like biting or like just hopping on the same beats. You're just part of a group, that more or less.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I took a lot of inspiration from like Wheezy and even like at the time Pyrex. Like anytime I'd like be with Pyrex and listen to his beats, I'd be like, damn, all right, shit, like I gotta do that. But it was never like stealing or anything or nothing like that, because you're all like kind of working with the same people.
Playing a role. It was more like playing a role, and
Yeah.
like necessity role. And them beats like them shits are, again, crazy, like crazy beats.
Thank
You
you, man.
went
Thank you.
so how you went from sending beats through your high school homie to got it to going to a studio with like have you ever did that, like going to a studio session with like map people in it just cooking there?
Yeah. Yeah, I've been in sessions where
I assume you did, but I didn't know how to ask you. What was the first time? How did the first time happen of that?
like with Got It and everybody.
With whoever may be the case.
When I was like 2018, when I had first started working with Got It, my friend like got me who signed Got It was like, he worked at he was working at Alamo Records, and Alamo was like very loose with like they weren't really gonna pay people, but it's like, hey, if you want to come and help out like at the label, like off the record, you're not like an official intern or anything, but like you can come work here or whatever. So I literally quit my job. My dad was like, "The fuck," and then I just took my last little bit of money I saved up, and then I went to New York and I started working at Alamo, like for not even officially working there, just being there and like helping out, because I knew like their artists would be in town and they'd have sessions, and the label would need somebody to go make sure everything's good and like is the runner there, whatever. So I was like, yo, like, and no one wanted to do that shit, bro. No one wanted to be up till fucking 5 a.m. with these guys and then go to work. But I was down. I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'll do it, whatever. So I was going to these sessions, and yeah, like I was just being like the studio like supervisor for the label, but I'd tell these guys like, yo, like I make beats, you know what I mean? So there were like sessions with Smoke Perp and like a bunch of these artists. This was like 2018, so
I
he
remember
was
Alamo
like,
Records. I clearly remember Alamo Records. I
yeah,
was just about to touch on Smoke Purp, and that you
yeah,
took a gamble on a label that was building up, and you hustled through the label. Like you put yourself in the situation, like in between the possible placement, right?
yeah. Well, I wouldn't say I took a gamble. Like I was starving, I was hungry as fuck. Like I had no one was getting on my beats. I was like DMing people. I remember like DMing, like Nick Mira and like True, who's
Bro,
like a
there's
homie of
nobody
mine.
that didn't DM that Christian, bro. I swear to God, that human being
Yeah,
got DM'd by every single producer on earth. I feel poor guy. I'm
yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
Nick. I apologize.
It's like,
Yeah.
but yeah, no. So I sent a lot of people DMs to work, and obviously like didn't get many responses or whatever. And then so any opportunity I had, I was like, all right, I gotta, even not making money. Like I eventually had to leave New York because I was just like all basically broke at that point. But it worked out.
Yeah, eventually it bloomed. Like you planted a seed, eventually grew into something, and it bloomed, right?
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
So I wonder, how did the Capitol Denim record came about?
Shout out to Bobby Raps, man. We made a beat. Me, Bobby, and Hurt Boy made a beat at my spot. Like a couple months later, he was like, "Yo, like Young Bands got on the beat." Like Bobby played the beat for Young Bands, and he was like, "Bands, him and Future are cool." So Bobby texts me and Hurt and was like, "Yo, like I think Pluto is about to get on this," and I was like, "Damn, what the fuck?" And then somehow like I guess Bands hit Lucki and was like, "Yo, like I got Pluto on this shit. Like I need you on this shit too, bro. It's gonna be a movie, like the three of us on the song." So Lucki then did a verse, and Bands never did his verse. And I saw this was so a year goes by, bro, and there's like a leak. Like basically there's a leak version of just Future and Lucki. And I saw
Hmm.
Bands at a party, And I was like just chopping it up with him, and he was just like, "Yeah, bro, like, did I play my song with Pluto and Lucki?" And I'm like, "Bro, I produced that shit." And he was like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Where's your verse, bro? I never heard your verse on it." And he goes, "Bro," he's like, "Nah, bro, like, I'm trying to perfect that shit. That shit's gotta be perfect, bro." Like, and I was like, "Bro, it's been a year. You haven't even recorded your verse?" He's like, "Nah, bro, like, I gotta get in that mode. Like, it's gotta be perfect." I was like, "All right, shit." Like, but then it's like classic you snooze, you lose type situation, and that's no disrespect to
Wow.
bands, but 2 years later, bro, that song was recorded in, like, 2020, and it came out in 2022 or, like, 21, one of those 2 years, but you snooze, you lose in the most, like, fair and respectful way to bands, but
Absolutely.
Lucky started to go up, bands his shit started to slow down a little bit, and then at that point, Lucky was signed, like, officially signed to Empire, and, like, he had a budget, and Future was rocking with him, and he liked the song, and I'm very happy with the way it worked out to say the least, you know what I mean? Like, I think it feels right where it's just Lucky and Future, and that's no knock to bands, but it did kinda the whole thing really came from a young band session with Bobby, which is
That's
what's
insane.
crazy.
I would have never, ever, ever thought. Ever, ever, ever. Because
Yeah.
the song, like when you listen to the song, it makes so much sense that it's
Yeah, it
Lucky and
does.
Future. Like it was such a great song. Listening to that, the bounce,
Thank you,
incredible,
man.
breaking necks, literally,
Yeah,
breaking necks.
Bobby's crazy, bro, like, not even to spill the secrets, but he just be doing so much shit on, like, the hi-hat, like, there's, like, effectrics and shit all over the hi-hats, like, you know what I mean? Just some cracked out shit, honestly.
Yeah, you be putting the sauce on them, the sauce on
Yeah,
them. Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure. But yeah,
damn.
it's crazy, man, it's that I would never expected that, and it really just came from a band session, which is so wild to me still.
What a nice story. I thought Lucky was on some snatch that shit. That's what I do. I steal that shit on some 6ix9ine
Like
on some
6ix9ine shit,
6ix9ine interview.
yeah.
I'm
Nah,
finna
man.
edit the clip in so bad.
Stole that shit. That's what I do.
Look, bro, it's like you can't just like wait around, you know what I mean? Like especially in this rap shit, and you're seeing it these days. Obviously, like rap's not what it was, and it's just a lot of people. I think, and again, I'm not like taking away from people or saying anything about them like that, but it's like you can't just like wait around and chill, and like you got to keep applying pressure. And you get a song with Future. Future did the hook quick. Was like, yeah, hell yeah, this is fire. This beats because the beat. Bands just send him the beat.
He said,
I
"Now
need you
just the
on this.
beat." And but what type of? He was waiting on something like that. That's I will see that to happen. You send out a beat, just a beat to like multiple artists. Yo, pull up on this, and then you don't
Yeah,
record. Like I see the
I'm
song
saying.
coming out. I can see the song coming out by itself. Especially if
Yeah,
it's that fucking beat. Like it's not that we're speaking about a beat. Capital Denim. It's
yeah.
insane. It's insane beat. Like a song that people asked for in the Discord to talk about. If you see what I'm saying.
Mhm,
One of my
mhm.
favorite songs of the coming of the last few years for sure.
Thank you,
For
man,
sure.
thank you.
For
Yeah,
sure.
and I think the beat's on Bobby's computer, so sadly, I can't really do a breakdown right now for it, unfortunately.
So the session was the beat session was you three guys, Hurtboy, Bobby Raps, and you
Yeah.
was in the same room together, right?
Yeah, it was at my house, yeah. I was living with, like, a couple of the homies, and Bobby and Hurt just pulled up one night to cook, and we just made a beat, and
That's
then
dope, man. That's
it
living the
just
dream to some
happened.
people. If you mean just shit just happening, it might say, yeah, we made the capital then in bit. Like he pulled out to the crib, we made that
Yeah,
shit. It makes sense if you think about it, because like if you make a lot of stuff every day, like you always working towards something, it makes sense that like something crazy happens in one of those days that you're not even thinking none of it, and just you making some generational shit in the end.
for sure, for sure. I mean, that Touchable song, the Remble song, like, he met with so my same friend that signed Got It was working at Republic, and he had just had Remble pull up to, like, have a meeting about some, like, just label shit, potentially wanting to sign him, whatever, and then they just sat down and chilled for a while, and then Remble was like, "Oh, like, you guys have a studio here?" And I was like, "Yeah, like, we got a studio, like, whatever." He was like, "Let's make some shit." I was like, "Word," and that's literally the song happened that night,
From scratch,
not
you made the
even
beat. He hopped on the beat like that,
yeah,
or
yeah, we made the beat, me and Jasu, he was my roommate at the time too. It was like 4 of us in the house together, and Jasu, me and him just made the beat on the spot, and he made the song, and it's a gold, maybe I gotta check, maybe platinum soon, I don't know, but it's a big
bro,
song.
that
That's
song is
crazy.
platinum in this bedroom for sure. I'm
Thank
for
you, man.
sure. I was like this, bro, whole time, bro.
Yeah.
Not even lying. And you know
Thank you,
what?
man.
Like, I used to live in southern Italy. Working with Italian artists, working for Italian people, just working in studio and stuff like that, and listening to your beats, your music, listening to Kid a lot, Got It a lot, especially Lil Got It. And then I came back home here in Switzerland after the COVID happened, after some behind the scenes stuff with Woot. And I kind of lost track of the whole YSL wave. I kind of moved on to some other things. And eventually I ran into this Touchable song by Remble, which I so much loved because like back in 2016, 2017, we were super duper big fans of Shoreline, Draco the Ruler, and the Stink Team and all of them. So when I heard the Touchable song, I was like, damn, that shit crazy. It took me a while, bro, to catch on your tag in the middle of the fucking song, and it got me thinking, like, when a producer sends out beats and that's it, tags can be a little tricky because like you had the tag in the middle of the beat. I was like, it's impossible, bro, send out this, because if bro was just listening to it rapping and then his tag comes out, what the fuck is you shouting yourself out at 1 minute 30? What are you doing? But you actually did a bit together in the studio.
He told me to do that.
Oh, okay. Shout out.
Yeah,
He did
Remble.
something there. Now that's song generation right there.
He was like, I want you to, like, he was just like, I want to just go in, like, as soon as the song started, he's like, I want to start rapping as soon as the song starts. And then I like jokingly was like, oh shit, like I can't put my tag in. And he's like, put it before the beat comes in. I was like, oh, all right.
That's
Like,
and that's energetic as fuck. Like you feel the tag, look. It's very low. It's very quiet, but you feel it. You feel it for sure.
Thank you.
That's a nice ass song, bro. Nice ass song. Let me peek through the catalog, because bro, you got a whole fucking list out here. Oh, people wanted me to ask about an Uzi record that I'm missing the name right now.
See the Lord, it never dropped. Unfortunately, not even a leak. I wish that shit leaked so I could listen to it. He just posted a snippet. There was like a period after Eternal Take came out where he was just quiet, like not posting shit, and then randomly went on like a run of posting like a bunch of snippets and like was just like really active,
dancing in the studio, I remember.
Yeah, and it kind of started with that See the Lord song. It's so wild too with that beat, because I posted the beat like the day after I made it. I posted the beat, and like Yeet responded to my story, because I'm cool with Yeet. Like I worked with him like ages ago, like before he really blew up and everything. But Yeet like hit me up, like responded to the story of the beat, and was just like, oh my god, like I need this or some shit. And I was like, damn, like for sure. I didn't even know the Uzi thing was happening, so I was just like, yeah, I got you. I can't remember if I sent him the beat or not, but this is like before. Sorry about that and everything.
Early, super duper early Yeet, SoundCloud Yeet, like.
Yeah. Funny enough, I produced Yeet's first song with Summers, like the first time they made a song together.
Oh, that's goddamn crazy right there. Holy.
On one of Yeet's old tapes. Why am I blanking?
You think that came from you established your name already, or that came from something?
Yeah,
okay,
for sure. Oh, Alien Language. There we go. Yeah.
Yeet, Alien Language featuring Summers. Cutscene. Okay, we done? Okay, we can keep.
The Uzi thing was crazy, and I never got to hear the song, which sucked. But then kind of went full circle with the NGL Uzi song, because Uzi gave me like the new tag and everything, so kind of worked out there.
He gave you something back at least. You got something.
For sure. I mean, that was crazy. Like hearing that, hearing him say that was crazy. I've never gotten to meet Uzi. We spoke on the phone like once, but I was obviously a huge fan. I still am, but he's not really putting a lot of stuff out these days. But yeah, like to hear that, the shout out and stuff on the NGL song was crazy.
So you got working with Alamo Records unofficially. You got to produce some great records that eventually became some nice stuff. Was you always like a free agent in all this, or did you sign eventually to somebody?
Oh, no, I never signed. I'm an idiot. I never even signed a publishing deal. Like, I wasn't even collecting my publishing until a couple of years ago. So, note and a piece of advice to producers: even if you don't sign a publishing deal, you should collect your publishing, because if you don't, after a couple of years, like that money could potentially be gone. It's called the black box, and basically what happens is all the unclaimed like publishing money gets kind of like dispersed to their like top earners or top whatever. Like the biggest names usually just get all the like unclaimed money just because of like, the
Holy shit.
money they generate. Yeah. So I mean, to be fair, like I don't know if any of the early stuff really like generated like that much money or whatever that I produced, but yeah, I wasn't signed to anybody or didn't sign anything.
Never, ever, ever?
What? No, I mean I'm collecting my publishing, but no, I never
You
signed.
collecting your publishing yourself or through like a third
No,
party?
you usually you need like there's like Song Trust if you've heard of that, or like something like that. Like I'm basically just collecting right now. But yeah, it's like it's hard to do yourself. Like you really usually need to. That's why Song Trust is cool. But
Was you receiving like producer agreements for the songs?
yeah, like everything was being done legit, and I had an attorney and stuff. Like I still have. I mean, you need a good lawyer just to make sure things are good. You know.
Have you ever encountered some bad business?
Of course.
Do you got some
Of course.
stories?
We won't name any names, but like, of course, man.
We
what?
could get messy. I ain't gonna lie.
Get messy.
I ain't gonna lie. I'll be screaming. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah,
no,
I know,
no
dude.
names.
That's
No
why
names.
I love your shit because you just talk your shit. I love it.
Yeah. No, we keep it
There was-
respectful though.
Yeah, there were a couple weird situations, and then like specifically, like honestly, I don't give a fuck. Honestly, I'm not really even doing hip hop anymore. Danny Wolf, we had a song. Let's get messy. Danny Wolf, we had a song. It was just he sent me a loop, which come to find out it wasn't even his loop. I bet like I know he doesn't make samples, but this is like 2019. I didn't know shit about anything. I sent the beat to Got It. Like, yeah, come to find out, I think it was Fraxil, if you know who that is.
I
think
don't know, never heard
This
Fraxil.
guy. Because he was like, yo, this is my loop. And I was like, fuck. Like, it didn't even say that on the sample. It just said Danny Wolf, like, whatever. I make the beat. I send it to Got It, records on it, puts Gunna on it. He teases it a lot, like, whatever. And then it was going to be on his album. And Alamo cleared the beat. Like, they literally paid us. They paid me and Danny. I didn't even know at the time that dude Fraxil was on the beat. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, damn, I felt horrible. And Alamo paid us and everything. And then the song didn't end up dropping. So technically Alamo owns the beat now because they just bought the beat off of us. Fucking a few months later, I get a text from one of the homies like, dude, this shit is crazy. Y'all snapped. And I'm like, what? And I see the song drop. Danny Wolf dropped the song on like his album as the artist. And I was like, I texted him. I was like, yo, what's good? Like, you didn't even drop this. And he was like, man, I mean, I was like, you didn't even tell me you dropped this. And he was like, yeah, like, fuck the label, bro. Like, we got to eat. Like, I don't know. I'm like, word, like, you didn't even fucking cut me in on this. I got us this song. He was like, man, like, you didn't even put my tag on it. Like, blah, 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 whatever. Cause like, he was like giving me shade. He basically took the song and just threw his tag on there and then like put it on his album. And he's, you know what I mean? He's collecting everything. He didn't cut anybody in. And I was like, bro, like, you just sent me a sample. I made the beat. I got the record placed. Like, the label paid us. It's technically their shit. I don't care that you dropped it, but like, can you at least cut me in? Like, I know you signed it. He signed an artist deal somewhere, I'm sure, and he dropped this album, Got It and Gunna song, which in like 2020 was like, you know, that was like peak, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was fucking stupid. And
I remember
like,
that. I remember the run low key of those tracks that bro was dropping. So the loop maker got cut out of the first deal, and then you got cut out of it. Like what?
Yeah, so he basically fucked him over, and then like I wouldn't necessarily say I got fucked over because I still got paid and shit. As someone who just like was taking pride in my work, and like me and Got It loved working together, and to have a song with Gunna was like no small thing at the time.
Mm-mm.
I mean, now obviously not either, but yeah, like he dropped that shit, and I was just like, bro, what? Like,
That's
so
crazy.
when I told him like, cut me in at least, like if you're getting, you know, let's say you're collecting on this master, and you gave me no pub, then I deserve half of this at least. This is my beat. I placed the song. I don't know. He was just like, yeah, talk to my team, and then like nothing happened, and I was like.
Yeah. That's why people happen to be like bitter and sour when it comes to the music industry, but you can't even hate on the music industry because it's certain people that carries the bad business around. Even with the Turbo situation that I just went through, Turbo low-key got dragged into this situation by somebody that's carrying the bad business around. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Same low-key, same situation. Somebody got cut out of a credit of a song. Ended up doing 100 mils. So it's
fucked up, man. That's why, you know, I've been doing my artist project right now, and it's been nice to be able to give people a good deal. Any co-producer I'm working with, giving them a fair deal and all that stuff, credit, getting them paid on time.
Let's talk about that. I want to talk about the moment you decided to go from trap beats to carrying your own project as a electronic music artist you be making?
Yeah, it's like house, like UKG. Yeah, I mean, I'm done, and we don't have to talk too much about it because I know this is mainly like a hip hop thing.
Well, you guys,
But
music. We love UKG, bro. We love UKG.
hell yeah.
Absolutely.
No, I just, I was feeling a little uninspired. Got it. Still family, like definitely like will always be like a family member to me, but we weren't really working a whole lot, and I just felt like I was getting fed up with, not getting paid on time for songs, and every label starting to tell you, oh, we don't have a budget, we don't have this budget. Like no one was really paying me like on time and stuff, or a lot for that matter. And yeah, shit, I just started to feel like it was almost like it kind of forced my hand, but it's not like I just did this house stuff for the money or anything. Like I love dance music. I always loved house music, and I love DJing. So I just last year I started the project in like January. I released a couple songs and nothing really happened. So I just stayed, on the producer side. And then this year I started posting my shit on TikTok, and it just really started blowing up. So now I'm, I'm signed.
Wow, what a circle. What a nice
Yeah.
circle. You went from scratch again. That's inspired. That's very
Yeah,
inspiring.
thank you, man.
That's
Thank you. The
very
project
inspiring.
it's been doing really well, which is like incredible. So I'm very happy about that.
That's dope. You low-key felt like you was getting shorted out of you, not even ambitions, but like just your skills and like what you could do and like could give to the people as far as music, like, you feel me? Because like the hip-hop
in a way, yeah.
hip-hop industry be slow, be treacherous as a motherfucker, while everybody say this, while the pop industry or electronic industry, it's all fucking flowers and rainbows down there. Just everybody dancing high as fuck on ecstasies and shit.
Yeah. I'm sure there's some dark sides too, but like,
oh yeah, for sure.
I don't know, bro. It's like in the rap stuff, like there's just so much like
drama out there, like public drama.
Yeah, and there's obviously like the legal situations with a lot of these artists, and it just kind of started to get difficult, you know what I mean? And you'd work your ass off to get on an album, and then paying you a really small fee, and then the song barely streams, and that whatever publishing you have on the song isn't even gonna make you a lot of money. And I just turned 30 recently, so it's like shit, you know what I mean? Like I was like, if I want to like have a kid and like whatever, have a normal life, like this ain't gonna do it, you know what I mean? You need like the hits, bro, honestly. These days you need to be making the hits, you feel me?
Yeah, and that's why we see so many artists that we would think they did so much, and they be fucking streaming nowadays. Like they be streaming, goddamn, doing so much other stuff rather than the music. I don't understand. I low-key don't understand how we got to this situation, because like it's from where did this come from?
Maybe just, I don't know. I think there's a lack, the same way I was feeling uninspired, maybe just like a lot of people are, listeners and artists, you know what I mean? Like it's just no secret that like you take away the Drake Kendrick beef from like last year, and it's just like hip hop's just
nothing.
Like because I mean, Big X is smart for doing these crossover records because country's obviously huge in the States right now. Yeah, it's tough, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like Thug went in, came out, and you thought it was gonna be this whole like, oh my god, he's back, like whatever, and it's just like people don't really care that much, you know what I mean? Like for the music, at least. I'm not speaking on anybody as like a person, obviously, but just for the music, like he dropped a couple things, and it's like, you know what I mean? Like
everybody feeling the same way about the new drop, about the Taga album. I feel like nobody's still like it's been like not even 2 months. I feel like nobody got it in rotation anymore.
It's
already.
Tough, man. I mean, fucking Cardi shit. It's like a classic album already. Don't get me wrong, but like I wouldn't say it's in rotation like Whole Lotta Red was.
There's a big difference, in my opinion, too. People now we touching Carti, we gonna get stabbed to death on the internet talking about Carti. Okay, we shouldn't go there. Okay, Carti, I am music. 10 out of 10, bro.
Yeah,
no
exactly.
skips. Those snare rolls, I got them on my soundboard as snare rolls. Those snare rolls so good, greatly mixed. I love my snare rolls. I love when a snare roll make my ears bleed. Like that's just the perfect mix. Yeah, that's just perfect.
But yeah, so like I said, like I've just been out the mix too, you know what I mean? Like doing this dance stuff and just going all in with there. I mean, my first release just hit 20 million streams, which is insane. So, like I can't remember the last time I produced a rap song that got 20 million streams. So that's just like reference point there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like straight up, like I was like, fuck, like I gotta just do this.
There's a
If
lot
I'm-
of that goes into this, because people may see themselves as what other people tell them they are. So like, oh, you are 1050, no, you make Atlanta beats, like stick there, stick to this, stick to that. While you actually could just simply make something else, just go once again. You can retry and like do something even greater than what you thought you was doing earlier. You feel me?
Yeah, for sure.
That's very nice.
Yeah, thank you, man. But like I said,
course.
it's unfortunate, but it's almost like, you know what I mean? Like I almost think sometimes like if rap didn't get to the place it was and like the business side was good and everything, like would I've even started to do this? Even though, like I said, I love house music, I love, DJing and all that stuff, but I just
Maybe you
know,
would
I
have
don't know.
made like a crazy ass rap song with a house twist to it. Who knows?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
But TikTok's the truth, man. TikTok changed my life. As I like, you know what I mean? Like I just started seeing your clips on TikTok and I loved everything you were doing.
I
and-
recognized your 1050 account. I was listening because the 1050 account is very low key. I recognized the beats just by listening to the goddamn Zayer 8 slapping my shit. I was like, what?
Thank you.
This is that 1050? I was like, oh, that's dope. That's dope. So yeah, I was talking about to my friend the other day. It's crazy because like way back, people like you, people in a certain reality that like are connected to other people, to a great big artists. You imagine them to only see what they follow, right, and who they know, right? You will never think to be on their phone of somebody that's like actually making crazy insane beats with crazy insane artists. Nowadays that's like daily. Like people be like this for real, seeing new stuff every day. So you could be on those phones. That's insane.
Yeah.
That's
Thank you,
crazy.
man. Yeah, I saw I think the turbo clip is the first thing I saw, and I was like, wow, I like this guy.
Yeah, I've been
And then,
going for way longer than the goddamn turbo clip. I ain't even
no,
gonna
I'm
hold you right now.
sure. I'm sure.
Nah, yeah,
I'm
of course. Yeah, that's
It
a
made
moment right there. That's a moment for sure.
It made its way to the house community, so that's a good thing.
That's great. That's great to know. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, I just had to let my nuts hang for fellow loop makers because ain't no way we're getting stepped on like that. We're all
bro,
like. I would like to
never,
take
bro.
the opportunity because like I was imagining Turbo as this super entitled, not knowing, selfish type producer, but like I got hit with plenty DMs of people saying, yo bro, I used to work at this studio, Turbo been engineering for years, yo bro, I used to work here for these people, Turbo was engineering the sessions, yo whatever. So I ain't gonna hold you right now. I was speaking low key out of my ass, but I had to protect my people, you see what I'm saying? Like he was going crazy.
Funny.
He was talking
Funny
crazy.
enough, me and Turbo go to the same gym, so I see him a lot, and he's a really nice guy. And he's
I
always
assume
been-
he is. I ain't trying to get my shit slapped because like I'm 100 pounds wet. I ain't gonna lie. I know my place. You feel me? I do know my place, bro. I ain't gonna hold you right now. I ain't trying to go for his manhood. You see what I'm saying? I just want my people to have what they deserve. Like it ain't like that. You be
At least
fucking with anybody from the new age underground?
Yeah, like I've worked with like some artists I've worked with randomly. Like I had like some shit with Skate Star that we did. I don't know if they even count as like rap anymore, but like I love Two Hollis and Nate Sib. Like that shit is fire. But yeah, I haven't gotten a chance to work with like too many of the guys. Like I had been sending shit to Ken for a while. I love Ken's shit, but nothing really ever came out. What would you consider like who's some of the guys that you were thinking of?
So my I will give you my top 3, not in order. Rex V2,
I gotta tap in.
Majins.
I know Majin.
And the third, it's a very sticky, tricky situation right now. I would say Swappa, even if he didn't come out this year, but he's still like outrageously in rotation. Swappa.
I gotta peep. I gotta tap in.
I think he's from Atlanta.
bro.
I don't know. Lucki.
I gotta
He's
tap
dope,
in.
super duper dope. He just dropped an album.
Oh, sick. Yeah, I'll tap in.
And like I'll tell you a funny story about that album. There's a kid that lives like he's not a kid anymore. He's like overly 20 nowadays, but used to be a kid that lives like close by here. He used to be a super duper big fan of what I used to do back in the day, of my Italian beats, of like what I was doing back in the day. He obviously grew up, loved the beats, kept making beats, kept growing, kept building his connections. He got 3 motherfuck songs on that album. 3 Bombo Rasta Clart songs from down there. So I'm mad proud of him. Shout out Kilo. Shout out Kilo.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's very
Love
dope.
that. Shout out Kilo.
1050, bro. It's been a goddamn pleasure, bro. Thank you so much.
Dude, thank you, man.
What a
It's
story.
been,
Nice knowing the details, the intricacy. We got messy too. Holy shit.
got a little messy. I'm gonna definitely get a text about this or something. But
Nah, bro. I'm gonna muffle you. Like I'm gonna put your voice format
Pitch down, and I'm gonna cover your. It's gonna be anonymous interview, bro. I got you.
only for those clips though. All the other clips are gonna be normal. So
Yeah,
if they do 2 + 2, it's over with. I ain't gonna.
yeah, nah. I mean, he'll know, dude. Don't worry about it. Like I
Yeah.
said, I'm very thankful and blessed to be able to have my time in hip hop, and it was so much fun. And I'm not saying I'm never gonna make like rap beats again, but like, yeah, I've kind of shifted gears. You know what I mean? And just focusing mainly on the dance stuff. So like, you know what I mean? Like,
Also, like if somebody fart, somebody gonna be like, "Oh, damn, it smells like shit." So you can't really get mad about that. You feel me? You can't really get mad about that. Yo,
I can't.
don't fart. Like keep it in your butt.
For real. Yeah, thank you so much, man.
Thank you,
Having a
bro.
blast.
Thank you, bro. Thank you so much. Love you, bro.
Love,
Peace.
bro. Let's do it again soon.
Peace. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Peace.